Here we go again. Y'all, welcome back. This is episode 15 of Everything's Everything. I'm your host, Stephon.
It's your boy, Jiggy.
And we're welcoming you guys back to another week. Thank you, everybody who's watching the videos, liking the videos, sharing the videos, following us on Instagram and TikTok. We're going to be working on getting like some audio-only content out there as well very soon, so please stay tuned to that. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and we're here to give you another good week of topics, discussions, maybe some disagreements, maybe some back and forth chatter on a few of these joints, but we just want to again say thank you to everybody who's tuned in and shared the video. It really means a lot. And Jiggy, bro, how you been, man? How's your week been going?
Listen, man, I've been good, man. This week has been good. You know, Christmas is coming up, so you know,
very soon
everything is coming together. But bro, this week has been very interesting, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I just want to start this off with an interesting story. You know what?
Let's hear it.
Listen, bro. So, you know, this week I decide I'm like, I want food. I'm gonna order some food, right? So I'm like, all right, let me just order. I'm not even going to say the company name, right? But I'm just going to say I ordered some food, right? So, meanwhile, I'm hungry, too. Like, I'm real hungry.
What time of day is this? Is this daytime, nighttime? Like, because it's a different type of hungry in the day versus at night.
So I'm going to tell you, when I wake up, most of the times I don't eat. I fast when I wake up, and I go to the gym. After I come from the gym, then I go ahead and I order food.
Right.
So at that point, I'm real hungry.
Okay.
Like, I'm real hungry because I didn't even eat, right?
Right.
So I'm like, all right, cool. I ordered the food, bro. Whatever. I'm not paying attention to my phone.
Mm-hmm.
So the person opens my gate, drops the food off, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm, and then by the time I look at it, I'm like, oh, dang, the picture's there. I'm like, oh, let me go get the food. I go see, first thing when I looked at the food, because I'm like, it looks a little light. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, maybe something's different. Maybe they did something different with the packaging, right? I'm like, all right, cool. So I bring it in, whatever the case is. I'm like, I open it up. All I see is just patted down fries. Nothing else. They took everything else, bro, and they just patted down. The fries was patted down, and it was nothing but fries, bro. And it's just like 6 or 8 sauces, right? So, bro, as soon as I see it, right, I get up out my seat. I'm like, what the? and right? And not the fries. The fries don't drop. I catch the fries, but all the sauces drop. The shit I was never gonna use. The shit I would have not used for the like, bro. I'm tight, right? Because there's no ketchup and there's just sauces for everything else. So I'm bro. So
they gave you mashed potatoes, fries, and they dropped the sauce.
Bro, I dropped the sauce. So those lids that go around. They give you the small lids.
Right.
It pops off, so the sauces pop on my floor. You get what I'm saying? So I didn't get my food. The Uber driver, right? So meanwhile, I dropped that. I didn't try to clean it up right away. I'm chasing out to go find an Uber driver. I'm like, let me go find it. Maybe I could get him before he gone. You get what I'm saying? He gone. Then, bro, you want to hear the craziest thing about it?
What's up?
First of all, I get my money back, so I go ahead and get my money back.
Yeah, that's priority.
So I got my money back, whatever the case is.
Secure the refund.
You get what I'm saying? The Uber driver, because I know this mother, I know he stole. I know he took the food out, and because I ordered 2 different things. He just took all the fries and put them in one thing, and took the rest of my food.
That's crazy,
right? So the person gonna be like, he gonna write a comment like, "I hope you enjoy." Like, bro,
it's a cold world,
bro.
It's an evil world, ain't it?
Bro.
It's an evil world out here.
I got my money back. I ordered the food again. The next dude that came, I was out my window like looking at it, like, look, watching. You just watching. I'm looking like, yo, look, you better drop that food off. All right, let me meet him at my gate before thank you. Have a nice day. You know what I mean? Just. He ain't do nothing wrong. It was the other guy. You get what I'm saying? But I just had, that's how my week started. I had to bring that laugh in, bro. But Uber driver, count your days.
Oh my gosh. Do you know what's funny? I never used Uber Eats before.
What you use?
Man, I just get it myself. I don't trust people. That's my problem. I don't trust people. And stories like that, like they gave you the mashed potato fries. He mushed it all up.
No. He didn't. He just gave me the fry. Like it looks like. He took the fries out and, put them in there with his hand. And while he's putting them in it like this. You know what I'm saying? So maybe
Bro,
I may be wrong,
that's
but all I
fucking-
know is that I didn't get my full order. So
No, that's bro. Listen,
I'm watching you Uber drivers. That's kind of
Oh man,
up, man.
I didn't. I don't. My story isn't that bad, but it's kind of interesting.
yeah.
When's the last time you did something, and then you thought to yourself, "You see, that's why I got to start minding my business."
Hey, bro, listen. I mind my business. I'm part of team mind my business. You know.
I usually am, but I felt like in this scenario, I was just doing something light. I thought I was being a good Samaritan,
Yeah.
right? Tell y'all a story, right? I've been going on a lot of walks lately, right?
Yeah.
I have a dog. I usually walk my dog, but I be lazy a lot of times.
Yeah.
So I kind of just walk him, make him do what he got to do, and then I take him right back inside. But lately, y'all, I was like, it's been a couple months I've been doing this, like maybe 3 months. I'm like, I'm going to walk a mile on Tuesdays and Saturdays. And I'm going to take my dog on a long walk. I'm going to put on my headphones. I'm going to listen to a video essay, or I might listen to some other podcasts. I might just play some music. But I'm going on this mile walk. And I basically live in the front of my neighborhood, and the back of my neighborhood is like a mile away.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm walking from the front to the back. Going on this walk, I see one of the people in my neighborhood, garage open up. She walk out with her dog on the leash. My dog's a dog neighborhood.
Yeah.
You can find any breed of dog in my neighborhood. Huskies, pit bulls, labradoodles, you name it. It's a dog neighborhood. It's a ton of dogs.
It's a cheese doodles.
What do they call them? Labradoodles? Is that how you say it?
Cheese doodles.
Cheese doodles. Yo, they got a min pin. You know what a min pin is?
No.
It's like a mini pincer, but anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So the lady comes out with her dog. He's on his leash. The garage door's still up, right?
Yeah.
Now, people keep their garbage cans on the side of the house most times.
Yeah.
I just happened to notice there's a raccoon at the side of this lady's house kind of sniffing around the trash. But her garage door is open, right? So she's kind of walking out, and she's passing the raccoon. I'm thinking she don't see this raccoon sniffing around her garage, her garbage, and potentially could go into her garage.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but if I walk back in my garage and I see a raccoon out of nowhere, I might freak the hell out.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like, hey, man, don't forget your close the garage. I think that raccoon's getting a little bit close. You don't want him getting stuck in there, right? Lady looks up to me and goes, "That's my pet."
Yo.
I said, okay. And I just turned my head straight.
My bad.
My
bad.
Didn't even cross my mind. The raccoon.
He was like, no, I meant to say that raccoon's so beautiful and so cute. That's what I meant to say.
Right, the raccoon. Right. Got it. And I just kept walking. But in my mind, I was like, you know what? My fault. Should have minded my business. Just let that raccoon sniff around. So that's the raccoon's trash.
The raccoon was looking at you like, idiot.
Idiot. Shows you dummy. You just assuming. What, because I'm a raccoon, I can't live in a home?
Yeah. I don't know, raccoonis? Raccoonism? I don't know. Whatever it is, you did that, bro.
Right. Coonism.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Listen, man. They got rights too. They got rights too.
At least those kind, not the coons I be talking. Some
Listen,
of the coons
bro,
I want them coons I had.
Listen, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm cool with possums, bro. Like I before I didn't like. I'm cool, bro. If I see a possum, he stop. Right. And then as soon as I go away, they start moving again. So as soon as if they doing that, bro,
you know what?
I'm good. They be chilling. They walk, and then sometimes they become so because bro, possums are everywhere.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? So if you think you're gonna be in an area, you're gonna have possums and raccoons.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
So I'll be like, yo, what's good, bro? You get what I'm saying?
Are possums just more polite rats? Because you've told me some horror stories about the rats in New York.
They're more polite. They're more polite rats. You know what I'm saying? Their job is to eat like rodents. I mean, like roaches and things of that nature. So that's why they're there. They maintain that type of thing. So you kind of would want them.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Yeah, get rid of some of the insects.
Keep them away from before they get to my
Lord
house.
knows the exterminators cost an arm and a leg to come spray your house, make sure you ain't got no bugs and nothing like that. So possums, if you're out there, if you're watching, keep doing your thing. But on a serious note, those people, last week we were speaking about Odell Beckham Jr. and his thought process behind the $100 million contract over 5 years. And it caused a little bit of online discourse and a prominent podcast. What's Carmelo Anthony's podcast name again?
I forgot. But it's it's lit though, bro.
Yeah.
I'll be listening to some.
Carmelo got a pretty decent podcast out there. He had J.R. Smith on there, and they were speaking about the thought process behind it, and they're saying that they understand it. So I just want to play a quick clip of that conversation.
I came out of high school, bro. I went from literally.
And I thought we was hooked up to our speaker. Apparently not. Sorry, audience, for the delay. Here we go.
Bro, I went from literally like homeroom and kicking it with the homies to going to practice for 2 hours, and then the rest of the day do what you want to do with a pocket full of cash. I went from like 200 to like 10,000 whenever I wanted to the bank. That's life changing, bro. That was weird.
I feel what Odell is saying. $100 million, but it's not really $100 million in over a 5-year span.
Pay attention, y'all.
You got taxes alone that's going to hit you. Boom. You can't do nothing about that. Half your check. So that 10 goes to 5 over 5 years. So now within that 5, now you got other taxes that you got to pay. Then you got to live. You got to get a house. You're going to take care of your moms.
4% ages fee.
So now you got to bust down to 5. Yes, you got to change your lifestyle, but your lifestyle changes drastically. That drastic lifestyle change you up mentally. That's the gray area that a lot of athletes up. Having this to now got to budget on a day-to-day basis. I got to budget how I'm going to pay my mortgage. I got to budget how I'm going to pay my car note. You got to come back to reality now, because now you ain't got the bread. You got to be honest.
Modest and honest. You got to live a modest, yes.
And you got to be willing to accept that. We self-sabotage ourselves a lot. That anxiety is real, because most guys, and I know in basketball, you got 2 hours of your day. After that, you got the rest of the day to do whatever the you want to do. And nobody is on you saying, yo, Meth, don't do that. Yo, Meth, don't go there. Yo, Meth, don't, like,
right.
Nobody. So you on your own at 19, 20.
All right. I'm going to start by saying, shout out to Melo. Melo's an NBA legend. And nothing you said was wrong in that clip, right? But I just kind of want to reframe things just a little bit so we can kind of have what I'm going to call a proper perspective, right? One, I need athletes with podcasts, famous people with podcasts. There's a lot of celebrity worship in American culture, right? Anybody with a loud voice to realize, like, when they get backlash, it's coming from people who support y'all, and the people who support y'all are often not your peers, right? Like, the people watching are often just regular, everyday people. And they love seeing, like, we all love seeing, like, underdog stories. Like, we love seeing people beat the odds who come from poverty or come from a war-torn country, or any underdog story you can think of. We like to see when people make it because it's inspiring. Like, you overcame so much hardships, you got to this point. We want to see you do well. Like, I don't think anybody's looking at athletes and thinking, like, I hope these niggas fail. So I just want to start with that. But at the same time,
it depends if it's a parlay involved.
You know what? Some people might want that under. Miss every shot. I got $100 riding on this.
Yes, he missed.
Yes.
Missed.
Yes. End of the third quarter.
Yes.
I bet the under on the total score.
My fault for cutting off.
No, you're good, bro. You're good. Honestly, the reason why this was even a topic, right, is because we live in a very tense time. We've spoken about this before, the disparity between, I can't even call it rich and poor, even the middle class and the rich, the gap is widening. We could potentially not really have much of a middle class.
That is so true.
People's health insurances next year are going to be drastically increasing due to the people in Washington and I feel like there's a lack of urgency when it comes to trying to renew healthcare policies, and it's looking more and more like you're gonna spend an extra $25,000 a month if you have like a family of 3 on health insurance, or if you're just an individual and you're paying a premium, your premium is gonna be up over 100%. Like, I'll use myself as an example. Like, I'm gonna go from paying $60 for my health insurance to $173. Inflation is kicking all our butts. Like, your buying power is shrinking, whether it's going to be your health insurance. People's car notes are ridiculously high. Like, people are paying over $600 for Hondas and Toyotas, where if that was even last decade, a $600 car note, $700 car note, you're probably in a Benz.
But it's like these people don't care, bro. It's like a lot of these companies realize that, you know, the limits are being pushed, and nobody's truly making an effort to stop that rise, bro. Like, it's like listen, what you expect me to do? They charging $100 for these jeans. I'm gonna charge $100 too. And that's kind of like the attitude towards everything. And it's like,
greed.
Exactly. And it's like, if that's gonna keep being the people's thought process, it's never gonna stop. You feel me? It's never gonna stop. So I know we want to, and one good thing about that thing that you put on with Mello said something key that try to kind of translate even over to this, and we're talking about health insurance.
Mm-hmm.
People self-sabotage themselves. You get what I'm saying? People self-sabotage themselves a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And always want to look to somebody else for the blame. You get what I'm saying? Not specifically with this health insurance situation, because we know why they're doing it. You get what I'm saying? You know, I'm not going to speak specifically politically why, or somebody held out in order to get what they want and then something else happened. But we know why certain things are going to affect. But the inflation part you were speaking about.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? In that aspect, when we know we have a little control somewhere, most of the time we self-sabotage ourselves, bro.
No, it's true. It's true. But what's funny is the self-sabotage is like America's self-sabotaging itself. So you're talking about insurance being higher. You're talking about car payments being higher. You know, some of the car companies have claimed that they're trying not to pass on the tariffs onto the consumer. I don't know. I paid off my car this year.
Yeah, I don't got no car note, bro.
I'm glad I ain't got that no more, right? But for those who still are paying a car note, it's expensive, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about housing. There's an affordability crisis with housing. They're saying that the average first-time home buyer is 40 years old now. Affordability has become a buzzword in America.
Yeah.
People are being pinched. The cost of living is just so high no matter where you go. People are fleeing to like different parts of the country just to find any, market that isn't oversaturated, where rent isn't like $2,500 and up, where a home isn't $800,000 and up, where jobs are paying a decent wage. So the outrage comes because people are literally fighting to live. And we're having these big discussions about $100 million. I feel like there's such a big disconnect between, the reality that everyday people face and what the athletes are facing, or what the entertainers are facing, or what the people in Congress are facing, what the people in the Senate are facing. Everybody else is living in a different matrix when really everyday people are literally swimming, just trying to keep their heads above water.
Yeah, bro, that's so true. It's kind of like sometimes when you look at certain things, it's like we're living in somebody else's world.
Mm-hmm.
And to think, we're in our bodies and we're experiencing our own experiences.
Mm-hmm.
But then for some reason, I feel like I'm living in somebody else's story.
Like, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. It's like a trap sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. You
Don't
know
it feel like that times 2 when you black too?
Yeah. And yeah, in certain aspects, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Especially, the funny thing about too, I think too, as a black man, like, I think what we do too a lot of times in those, like, self-sabotage, but the first thing Mello said, but the second thing too, I think we are so caught up in believing or thinking what somebody else thinks about us, that it becomes hard for us to escape the reality that
right,
we can do whatever we want, right? And racism is real, right? And it happens, and the things behind it is crazy. You get what I'm saying? But where it lives most is in our minds. You get what I'm saying? And behind that racism and the things that's been done behind it, it manifests into something even more, to where we're not living in the same age as far as racism is concerned, but it's manifested into our minds much more than what it even to much more, not more than what it actually is, but just much more than what we should allow it to be.
I get that.
You know what I'm saying?
I get that. And you definitely don't want, and I think to your point, like, you don't want to get to the point where, like, use racism as, like, an excuse not to act, you know? But also just being conscious of the effects that racism has had on all of us mentally in so many different ways, right? Especially, like, you know, we talked about the DI stuff last week.
Yeah.
And we had a really good conversation about that where, you know, I saw I'm trying to remember the headline, because Trump did something for Juneteenth and Martin Luther King Day where it's like, I think there was like national parks you can get in free on those days, but you can't anymore.
Yeah.
And you can get in like on his birthday or something like that. Just something weird, just constant little things. I remember even early in the year there was reports about not getting funding for like certain black museums, you know, them wanting to take slavery out of history classes and everything like that. And mind you, to like your point, like you were saying, like if you're black, don't ever listen, parents, if you're raising black kids, do yourself a favor. Don't be a passive parent. Don't think because your kid's going to school that they're getting educated, because they're not teaching them about themselves, and they're for sure not going to teach them their full history. They're going to teach the regular program that came from the powers that be and teach them the history that they want you to know. They're not going to teach you what they don't want to know. One of my biggest examples, I'll never forget. I knew when Black History Month came around, or even just history in general, if we got around to the Civil War and the ending of slavery, or you're learning about slavery, it's like you hear about slavery and be like, yeah, there's a point where like, okay, they whipped them a few times and they picked cotton, and then here comes the Civil War and Abraham Lincoln said no more. And then there was this thing called the Civil Rights Movement, and, you know, Martin Luther King had a dream, and you'll get maybe like a chapter and a half of Martin Luther King, and then like Malcolm X is like a cliff note, like a paragraph. I remember reading it like, huh? I know they didn't. I peeped that like in 5th grade. I'm like, all right, nah, there's some bull, right? So to get back to the main point, in the times that we're living in, because we're in a hypersensitive era where we're hypersensitive politically, we're hypersensitive financially, we're hypersensitive racially. These conversations, right, I think should just always be put into perspective that no matter what, like, you know, 100 million over 5 years is blessed. Listen, the self-damage that athletes do, athletes, entertainers alike, as much as taxes might be a thing, that's true, you can't escape the taxes.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be like Wesley Snipes, right? A lot of y'all probably spend too much money in strip clubs buying a $30 bottle of liquor for like, what, 800% markup, 400, 500 in the club.
But let me ask you,
Like-
sorry to cut, but do you, because I was, thinking about this earlier this week, and I really feel like the system is designed to manipulate a lot of our impulses. Right?
Mm.
Not just black people's impulses, but also any other, more white people's impulses too.
Mhm.
Like, we live in a system that manipulates our impulses for money. You get what I'm saying? For instance, let's say we know, like, because we're conscious, we all know we're going to spend our money on jewelry, we're going to spend our money on clothes, we're going to spend our money on cars, we're going to spend our money on strip clubs and things of
Right.
that nature, the liquor,
Right.
whatever the case is, right? But we know that, right?
Mhm.
But why don't we stop? Because the system is designed. So, for instance, if I go to work, right,
Mhm.
and I make this money, I want to feel like I actually made that money.
Right.
Because the money, without doing something with the money is worthless.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying? So, what am I going to do with that money? I might go to the club. Somebody going to see that. You're going to recognize that I got dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm going to wear clothes. You're going to see that I put work in to look this good.
Mm-hmm.
My car gonna be fire. Listen, I'm gonna be the one that's gonna drive. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you know, like matter of fact, yeah. Hold on, y'all. I forgot the thought.
Want to take over quick? Because
Yeah.
I like that point. The system's definitely required because that's what
There we go,
capitalism is, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I always say, stop living in vanity,
Mm-hmm.
right? Handle your insecurities.
Yeah.
You should feel just as confident in whatever Gucci you got on as you feel confident if you bought something from Walmart, or if you you should feel confident when you look yourself in the mirror and who you are as a person, and not what you have on your feet or how much money is in. Like we got to stop basing our entire values off materialistic things, because just like we said with the Diddy thing, is that when you live in vanity, that thirst never gets quenched. It's always gonna leave a want for more.
But we live in a materialistic world,
We do.
right?
We
But you
do.
you tell me how you differentiate what's not materialistic and what is.
I think being materialistic could probably just be summed up to: do you value the item or the thing or the money over the people, person, human connection?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I would, summarize it. I mean, y'all like fly stuff. Like, hey, listen, I like to think we're pretty well dressed up here, right?
No.
We try to present ourselves away, because I never really believed in like not judging a book by its cover to like the fullest degree, because I believe in presenting yourself well, right? But just like with anything, just keep it in perspective. You know what I mean? Like we're sitting there having conversations about 100 million over 5 years, bro. There are people in real life trying to figure out how to stretch this $100 to next week. Prior to the government shutdown, there are people who didn't have access to their SNAP benefits and couldn't eat.
But what does him having $100 million have to do with this person not being able to, like, what does him having to go through failures with his money have to do with people who don't have money, or they're going through their problems with their own money? Like, what is his problems? The only consistency I see is that they both have money problems. You get what I'm saying? And I don't see the difference in them, except for the fact that he got to where he's at based off of what he's done with his life, and that person got to where they at, where they done with their life. And you know where they got to? Both having money problems and still trying to figure out this system and not being manipulated by the system based off their impulses.
I would say this: both are money problems, but our money problems are created equal. Your money problems is worried about being able to afford a Bentley. My money problems is being able to feed my kids. So it's two different money problems. So like I said, I'm more of a majority rules type of guy, right? It's not like okay, obviously like the athlete's money doesn't have a direct benefit to a person who's maybe living in poverty. Or let's not even say that, you don't have to use that extreme. Just to say the regular everyday working class person who sees that their buying power is drastically being eaten into, right?
That's not fair, bro.
Hold on, hear me out on this. Drastically, like, because one of the people that I always seen kind of exercise this is like Shaq. Like Shaq, even in early interviews when he was still playing, was saying like, I don't feel pressure. Like what pressure is people who are worried about where they're gonna get their next meal from. You know what I mean? Like this is still just a game. So I'm only speaking about what we kind of put in the zeitgeist, like the conversations that are being had, and like why some of these athletes may not understand why they get some bit of pushback or anything like that. It's because people are really hurting in real life. And I think when you lose sight of that, we talk about things so candidly, not realizing that, dang, this puts pressure on so many people mentally or just emotionally. And I think it's important, like even for us, like I think we do a good job of speaking about things in a certain way that actually rings true and rings to people's hearts and their minds. And I'll just say this, right? Tupac, my favorite artist of all time, said a few quotes I kind of almost live by. It is one of them being, I may not change the world, but I guarantee I'll spark the mind that will, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other one is when he gave an example of, I think the rich should live poor for a week and the poor should live rich for a week.
Bro, so let's say let's say Odell said to you, how much you pay in taxes?
Mm-hmm.
And then we ask him how much he pays in taxes. And let's say that I'm making these numbers up. Let's say the average person over a full year pays about $20,000 in taxes.
Okay.
Like $10,000 to $15,000 in taxes.
Okay.
Right. And Odell says, "Oh wow, you pay you pay that in taxes. Oh, I pay $4 million in taxes."
Okay.
Right. The area, and let's say you two people. Let's say Odell's paying for Miami, and we live in Miami, right?
Okay.
And he's like, "Oh, I pay $15,000 in taxes," and you're just talking about the regular person.
Okay.
And he says, "Oh, I pay $5 million in taxes." You
Okay.
get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we know where taxes go to, right?
Of course, streets, schools, other people's pockets most times, but
Correct.
We'll go.
Right.
Mhm.
And then you want me to look at Odell, and I'm just using his name, but I'm trying to use the situation more in
Right.
effect.
No, I
right?
understand.
And you want
I
me to
understand.
look at and
You can say any millionaire, not
Right.
just Odell, any millionaire, really. Mm-hmm.
you get what I'm saying? In order, I know this. Me or the little people, all of our taxes add up. It does wonders. But I know one thing: those people who make that much money and they get taxed the most, they're kind of one of the dictating factors in the economy as far as them being taxed.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And so we can't look at them and say, "Oh, you got this money and it's different. I wish that rich." No, we're all in the same situation here in a certain degree, right? And if he's paying that much in taxes, what else? Like, tell me what else you want. If he's making $10 million and he gets taxed $4 million, what else do you want from him?
Okay.
Like, what do you want from him and he's getting taxed $4 million?
Okay. So in that comparison, I wouldn't compare the amount because obviously the amount's going to be skewed, right? Hear me out. Let me finish this, right? I'm gonna ask him what % of your money is at $4 million.
Bro,
Hold on, hear me
it's
out.
still $4 million that you cannot decide how you would want him to spend it.
No, hear me out.
That is crazy.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Hear me out.
I'm gonna get a homeless person to ask you the same question.
Hear me out. Because let's say $4 million is 5% of your money, but I get taxed 20% of the money. Who's paying more?
Okay. How about this? You're asking a rhetorical question. I get it, but
no, because like this is in a response here. Because I think oftentimes I'll use trading as an example, right?
Right.
You could make more if you have a large trading account. You could potentially make more off of trading a stock directly, like buying and selling a stock, and having a 7% gain, and that be a huge gain, versus someone who has a small account and they trade an option that's 300%, but that 300% could literally mean from an option going from like 10 cents or $10 to $3 or $300 versus you're buying this large account, in this large account, you're buying these shares directly. That stock goes up 7%. That could be $100,000. So like the percentage is what's going to be equal, not the actual money amount. You know, one person has a bigger percentage gain, the other one has a bigger realized gain overall. So when you're talking about taxes, it shouldn't be, well, and that's like every billionaire's cop out. I was like, well, I paid $5 million in taxes. Great, your $5 million in taxes is like 2% of your money.
yeah, but I'm talking about specifically athletes.
So athletes in the same. Any millionaire, anybody in that upper 1%.
Yeah, but they pay more. They pay more taxes and more things that come out their check compared to, let's say I make $1 million. I make $1 million and I'm on YouTube.
So
And if I make $1 million on YouTube, they have the NBA. They take certain amount of money from them, and then they get their check.
Well, let's take, because everybody's gonna get some. So take NBA aside. Let's talk about like them. What the government takes. Take NBA money aside. What the government takes. If the government takes 4% of the bread, but they're taking 20% of the bread from everyday people, who do you think hurts more?
They said again.
If the government takes 4% of a millionaire athlete's money, but takes 20% of a regular person's money, who's feeling the brunt of that more?
What does it equal out to?
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. It's not so much.
So 4% from a millionaire equals out to the same thing as 20% for the person who is making way less. If it equals out to the same thing, that's unfair for them to be paying that. But if 4% of their thing is way more than 20% of what they're doing,
no, but the thing is,
then I get this.
But that's always been the age-old discussion, is that millionaires and billionaires do not pay their fair share of taxes because they sum it up to a number when you're not getting like.
I'm sticking on athletes. I'm not talking about anything about any other millionaires because
I
I don't know any because it becomes different when you start talking about different millionaires, what they get taxed and how that. I'm specifically talking about Odell, the taxes that some athletes receive, and why he would say his specific situation as a black man would be kind of difficult in handling that situation. Then referencing the system is designed for our impulses and manipulates that. I'm sticking to that. I'm not going anywhere to a millionaire that can make. He's an artist. I'm not talking about that artist. I'm not talking about anybody else but athletes because athletes do make lots of money, but they do get taxed much differently. And you can hear what Melo said in the thing that you just played before.
And Melo's example, he brought up taxes, lifestyle,
but the taxes part, he didn't even go specifically into that. It's
that's
different
what I'm
taxes.
saying. So like
that NBA players
I mean, we're not tax experts, but
yeah, no, not at all. We don't give financial advice.
Yeah, but not at all.
Not
but
at all.
Shout out to our tax experts. I know tax season coming soon. Y'all gonna be happy soon. Y'all get a little, But my point, athletes. All right, stick it to athletes, right?
Yeah.
Point being, keeping things in this perspective, right? You're not going to be taxed what you're not able to make, right? I'm talking about
You are. What? That's what we always get taxed for.
No. I'm saying like you're not going to get taxed more than what you're able to make. So like in like an example, like I'm never going to get taxed for $4 million.
No, I get you.
You get what I'm saying?
I'm just being funny.
Yeah.
Because we should not be paying that.
Now, if I do get to that point where I tax for $4 million, I'm gonna be like, hey, there's something good in life. But anyway,
yeah,
I digress. I have a friend who's a nurse, and he was just talking about, man, you know what's crazy? We had 4 Baker Acts tonight. No, I'm sorry, not 4. 12. It was 12 Baker Acts. Baker Acts tonight. If you're not familiar with what that is, that's when people who suffer from mental illness might be going to like psychosis, or they might be schizophrenic and they're having an episode and they need medical attention. I'm like, we was just talking about like the times that we live in. I'm like, bro, it's seasonal depression. It's the pressure of society. You talk about that same system. It's Christmas time. It's people not having money for this, not having money for that. I can see how a lot of this leads to, maybe an excess in drinking and maybe a uptick in maybe drug use, maybe it's an overall heavy weight, bro. I just would like for some of these bigger platforms who have these advantages to say, you know what, heavy is a head that wears a crown, but there are people going through much worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that athletes don't have their share of problems, because everybody's gonna have a challenge in life, and you got to deal with your challenges as best you can. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
but
true.
like, when we're having these discussions, and I'm only talking because these are like in louder platforms. Oftentimes like these bigger platforms don't represent the majority, like on an every day-to-day basis. That's why I always loved and respected about Shaq. It's just like he's always had a very down-to-earth, realistic approach, and he's one of the richest athletes we've seen in the last 30 years, 40 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just talking about keeping people first, being cognizant of like when we're speaking on these mics and these podcasts, and we're right now a small podcast growing. Hopefully our voice can continue to escalate to a point where it reaches more people. Maybe it can inspire more people. Just let people know, like, you're not alone in how you're feeling. You're not alone in the struggles you're facing. We all are. I feel like more athletes and entertainers alike, but even people in politics whose job is supposed to be serving the people, not the people serving y'all, just kind of keeping that.
Yeah, let me ask you this question. Did you, before we go to the next topic, did you see, there was this clip of Donald Trump saying that black people know,
Yes.
I want to ask you, what was, because I have a perspective on it, and I want to hear what you have to say about it first, though. What did you think about that?
Yo, give me 2 seconds, because I think for people out there, they may want to hear this clip. It's a quick, like, 50-second clip. Mm-hmm. Let me just see if I can find it. I didn't save it, because I didn't even have that on the topic board, but Here we go. I think I can find this on Twitter very quickly.
Right?
Good old Twitter. Oh, yep, right there, right there.
I got the biggest. Black people love Trump. I got the biggest vote. I got the biggest vote with black people. They know a scam better than anybody. They know what it is to be scammed. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's it.
We
Yep.
did great. Thank you.
So tell me what you think about that.
All right. Okay. Sorry if I yelled into the mic, audience. That was ridiculous. But you know what? You kind of have to like understand that he's just like being openly racist.
No. Okay, that's where I'm gonna stop you right there.
Okay.
And this is the mental game that I feel like black people play on themselves. And this is why it sometimes it gets at me because, bro, did you listen to what he said?
He said, I got the most black votes, which he didn't,
Okay,
because black people,
that's a testament to his ego. Okay,
right? Because black people know a scam when they see one. Right?
Okay.
Did I quote that right?
no,
So what did he say? Did I misquote it?
he's saying black people, or maybe I'm saying maybe you just. He's saying black people know what it feels like to be scammed. That's what he's saying.
Let me see. Let me go back.
Listen to it again.
Black people love Trump. I got the biggest vote. I got the biggest vote with black people. They know a scam better than anybody. They know what it is to be scammed. Thank you, man. Thank you. I
He said two
appreciate it.
things at once.
We
So
did
he said they know a scam better than anybody. Then he said they know what it is to be scammed. So he's saying two different things at once.
Bro, he's okay. He knows they know a scam better than anybody, right?
That would go into the whole black people are criminal thing that
Right.
America loves to push.
They
but-
know what it's like to be scammed,
Mhm.
right? Do you tell me what part of your mind? You tell me what your mind instantly did
Well, on the
before,
first,
like actually listening to the words of what he just said. You picked the point of thinking like specifically like he's being racist, and that one thing that he said there, besides him boosting his ego based off the demographic of black people that he feels that they like him, it's not racist. And the second thing that him saying that black people knows what it feels like to be scammed, we do. We know what it feels like to be scammed.
that part's
So
obvious.
what part of that is racism against black people?
America, America scammed black people from the moment, and I mean, not just America, Europe scammed Africa and everybody in the continent out of it. So like we get it. The transatlantic slave trade was probably the biggest scam ever. That in itself is like obvious and not racist. Like I said, he said two things at once. This is why I think we got confused because, like you said, because they know a scam. I was like, okay, he in real time probably cleaned that up, like kind of quick. Because if let's say that statement says like black people know a scam, it's like he's dog whistling, saying the whole like black people are quote unquote criminals.
But is that the truth or that's what your mind is leading to?
I can bring up statistics to show.
You know what I'm saying? Off of what he just said, is your mind concluding that's what you, based off what you think of him, your mind is taking it to what you think he said compared to what he actually said. That's what I'm
No, I'm talking about what he's actually said because, like I said, he's saying I'm addressing 2 points.
Instead of saying no, because what he said was, the black people love me. You know what I mean? And they know what it feels like to be scammed, and they know what a scam is, right? And
well, he said they know a scam.
They know a scam. Basically, it's know what a scam is. They know a scam, and they know what it feels like to be scammed, right? And I'm trying to get you to understand here at what point, because I'm wanting Trump to say something, because racism is a big thing, and this is why I say this. I want somebody to be racist to me. You know why? Because I will sue you out of your socks. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So Trump saying something, I know we have this feeling about him, and I'm not a supporter. Just to be honest with you, I'm not. I don't support any of the things that go up there. But I need to take myself away from feeling the overwhelming feeling like somebody's trying to attack me when they're not. And that's what I feel like most of us do. Feel like somebody's attacking us when they're not. You get me? At what point could he say something about black people and it's not racist? That's my point. That's what I'm trying to get to here.
2 things, right? I understand not wanting to feel attacked, but I mean, we just brought up about him, actively taking out Black history in history books and dates and everything like that. He's actively
The governor did that, or the mayor did that out here, or DeSantis did that, or did Trump?
both. They're doing it on national levels. Texas, Florida. This is a national thing.
They started that in 1920 when they started adjusting the books to what they want us to read.
All the things,
and they continue to do that over years.
But like I said, so it's calling it a spade a spade. I ain't saying he's the first to do it.
Okay.
I'm just saying he's doing it. So
Gotcha.
he's attacking.
Yeah.
He's blatantly been attacking. I mean, the reports in D.C. about putting military forces in Black neighborhoods, once again leaning into the over policing of Black people, the intimidation of Black people. Mind you, like I said, these aren't new tactics. I'm not saying Trump is doing anything new. I'm just calling out the playbook when I see it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Tom Brady. You know what a blitz look like. I know what a blitz look like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm calling out the blitz. So I don't think there's a problem in two things being true at the same time. Once again, protecting, like you said, because I think what I'm surmising is I understand protecting our mental from the constant barrage that comes against us, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also recognizing and calling that barrage for what it is, because I think what Trump is a showboater, a liar, and
But that's how you feel about him.
no, he's actually like he's lying because
I get it. He could
have
have lied, right? And I could have heard him lie.
right.
But I'm not. How I feel about him is him being a liar now, right? Just because somebody lied once, that makes him a liar.
I mean, he's lied multiple times.
But that's your perspective on him.
No,
you
no,
can't
no,
draw,
no,
like
but-
I want to have a conversation, not your perspective on, not even specifically Trump. But anyway, let's not talk about let's talk about what they're doing, because right now, who he is not going to affect me more than what he's doing.
That's true, but that's,
You know what I'm saying? So
but
I could care less. I could care less about who he is at the point that he's already there. I care about more what he's doing and how that's going to affect me.
No, but that's my point.
You know what I'm saying?
All these things are going to come into affecting us. You know what I'm saying?
What, the fact that we think he's racist?
No.
Or that he is? Like,
no.
what is it? How's that gonna...
Listen, well, look. I believe
Okay.
in three things. If you say something, you do what you say, you believe what you say, I'm going to surmise and I'm going to take you at your word for that, right? Because some people say things, they don't really mean it. Some people say things, they don't really do it. Just from my observation, Trump has consistently said and done things that align with me believing him to be racist. Now, it don't matter if it's Trump or some random dude up the street who might be racist, right?
Mm-hmm.
What you believe don't affect me. Say, with anything, like if someone's Buddhist and I'm Christian, or if they're Muslim and I'm Buddhist, or whatever the case, what you believe in don't matter to me, right?
Yeah.
However, if this man is in one of the most powerful seats in the world, and he has these beliefs, I've seen him consistently enacting laws and doing things globally that are going to lead it to us being affected. Then we have a problem, because I don't believe that Trump is up there not inflicting his beliefs onto others and doing that in a way where it's consistent in harming Black people and people of color. That's just from me and my observations, not from his character, but like his actions. You know, seeing that clip, I mean, of course, like I rolled my eyes and I was like, this dude, you know what I'm saying? Like I just rolled my eyes like, this dude is just like, but he is who he is. I'm not gonna be mad at a cheater for having spots, you know what I mean? But at the same time, we do have to understand there are real like legislations and stuff like that, and maybe even that's a topic we can do. Like I will go and I'll bring a list of at least 10 things that Trump has done even in the last year that will affect Black people
you know,
in America.
You know, so funny, bro. You know what's so great about this how can I say it? I won't say social media, but just the seeing something on TV, seeing something on Instagram, seeing something in a place, that makes us feel so connected with people that we don't know. And I feel like these businesses or these places, these things that project what we see, do a great job at advertising that we may know somebody that we don't know. I'm part of the MYB team. You know what that is?
Mind your own business.
Mind your business, right? I mind my business to the point that I am okay with accepting I don't know what I don't know.
Okay.
Right?
Same.
And I feel like for me, that helps separate what. Let's say I'm looking at, and this is why I love sports, because sports is just in certain ways black and white.
Okay,
right?
that's true.
Right? So let's say somebody's saying something, they're trying to project this, and now it's up to me, once I receive this information, to now I got to decipher if I know if I believe it, if it's not, are they portraying, if it's a facade, if it's this or not. At that point, bro, I don't care. This is what I'm trying to get to. Now I'm talking to this person. This person is trying to get me to believe all this. Okay, what is the point of you even being here for me to even have to deal with this? Oh, I forgot. I'm the one helping with I'm the one doing your music. All right, I'm gonna let you know this right now. I just need this done. In my mind, that helps me stray away from even having a judgment on a person.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And
right.
I feel like we do that a lot. We take what the projection is. Like, for instance, even with Diddy going on right now.
Okay.
Like, I truly understand that this situation that's going on with Diddy, I'm getting I do not know this man. I'm getting a projection of what I'm seeing. I realize 50 Cent has did a good job at projecting and showing that, hey, this is what he may look like. I seen Diddy show exactly how he looks like.
Right.
And I see how bro, great. I see it. What do you want me to believe here? Like, I don't care. Like, I think that's where we need to stop at. You know what I mean? We get so invested into these people who are trying to make us believe things, and then the next thing you know, and they're telling us to vote. And we're so invested, we don't even realize they influenced us to probably even vote based off us being invested into these people based off the projection.
Okay.
Separation. I feel like it more contributes to your mental health when you do things like that.
And you're right, but I want to make sure that we don't burn two things. Let's not blow the lines between like how we feel about entertainers versus how we feel about politicians, because politicians can affect our everyday lives, right? Like you said, we mind our business. Do you feel like you and your people are your business?
And what do you like, my people? Do you mean black
so
people?
Yeah,
or my
black
family?
People,
like, what
black
do you mean?
people, black people in general. Like black people, black issues, things that black people face. Do you feel like it is your business, or you feel detached, like it's not my business?
You can't escape it. It's all of our issues.
Perfect answer. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Right. With that being said, is that once again, it's not just about how I feel about Trump. Because if Trump was just like Trump 20 years ago, what was this TV show he had?
The Apprentice?
The Apprentice. Like, if it was just Trump on The Apprentice, I don't give a fuck.
I've never even seen that show.
I've never seen the show either. Yeah. Apparently it was popular. I wouldn't know. But apparently, if it was Trump back then, like, okay. Like, there's nothing. The problem is now, he's sitting in the Oval Office. And like I said, give me a week, I'll come in with 10 definitive things.
But you would prove, if you came in there with 10 definitive things about him, that would prove my point.
No. Listen.
That the detachment is what I'm more focused on compared to the attaching to things that you think you know, right? So if they put this on it, if you go,
okay,
and
I got you.
You get what I'm saying?
No, I got you. No, I got you. No, like in the clip itself, like so. It's like in the clip itself, like when I saw the clip, I was just like, one, what's funny about the clip? Say Cheese posted that clip. A black publication, if you don't know, Say Cheese is a black publication, right? If they post a clip, someone paid them to do it. And like you said, it's the rage bait. I think to sum up this, it's the rage bait. Now, mind you, I seen the clip. I mean, I didn't get myself into a tizzy about it. I literally kind of just wrote my, I was like, oh, bro, this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So like on the mental side of it, I get it. Like I absolutely get it.
Racism is the number one seller, bro.
But I mean,
I'm telling you this right now. Racism
but we
is big money in America.
No, it is. But at the same time, too, we also got to remember it serves a lot of purposes. It's the DNA in which this country was founded.
Exactly. I agree. Yep.
You know, it is what it is. How we fight it, how we choose to protect ourselves from it, not just mentally, but physically, financially, environmentally. There's a million and one ways. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you too. And I wanted to say this too earlier. Especially about this point. I really look at it from the perspective that we are. Let's say we have an issue. We're looking at it from two different angles to get to the same solution.
No,
you get what I'm saying?
And that's what this is.
And that's what I feel like the conversation that we like. For instance, that's why the military, they have different generals. You get what I'm saying? They have different sections in those parts because they don't just need one person's part of the operation. They need different people and they need different leaders to be part of the operation to get to that solution. So having not even have and then for instance, the certain specifics we may not agree on doesn't mean that we're not on the same.
Right, and aligned, and
exactly.
we're aligned.
You get what I'm saying?
Way. But at the same, like we're going to the same direction. You might be coming from the right wing. I may be coming from the. Let me not use right wing as an example.
See,
you know what?
Trying to put me in the
listen, my bad, bro.
I'm not saying nothing no more, bro. I'm not saying
that
nothing
wasn't
no
intentional. That wasn't intentional, bro. I promise. I didn't mean to put that on you, bro. Pause.
I got blue on. I'm just playing. See, look, I'm not playing into none of that. I don't play into none of that.
I was gonna say, man. I was like, if he was in LA, I don't know if he can wear the hat, bro.
I'm false flagging.
False flagging, like
they don't even know what I'm talking about.
Not at all. Not at all. So I was like, false flagging. What?
Politics is politics. I'm
talking
talking politics.
Yeah, that's it. But you know what? We talked a lot about this system. There's a system in capitalism, right? Mm-hmm. And I've always had the belief that capitalism destroys culture. You and I love sneakers. We're sneakerheads. Mm-hmm. And this is going to kind of piggyback off our previous topic where we talk about, people suffering. The resellers, your time has come, all right? All y'all who had the bots in the pandemic, who jacked up prices like 500%, all y'all who went into stores and hoarded sneakers. I'm a size 14 and can't get the sneaker I want.
Yep.
Your time has come. Yep. The day of reckoning is here, all right? They're moving on to Pokemon cards, but we'll talk about that another day.
All right. So look, you go to the sneaker store now, you get Pokemon cards?
Oh my God, they on eBay trying to get the Pikachu. Let me tell you something, bro. It's they moved on because apparently the reseller market has taken a hit, and they're not too happy about it.
Nike they wasn't ready for that battle with Nike because all Nike had to do was mass produce, right, or release the sneakers on a certain schedule and kind of mass produce them. That just kills the reseller. Mm-hmm. Like, for instance, the Black Cats just came out, right?
Mm-hmm. Sorry,
the Black Cats just came out, and people said, "Oh, I gotta get them." They just came out again. Mad people still got them, but resellers still attacked them. Mm-hmm. So they, but yo, bro, it's over. It's over. You know what I'm saying? And I was still able to get my sneakers with all that. But
shout out to Jiggy for getting his sneakers.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day,
the day gotta end.
The day gotta end. Facts.
Now, I own a sneaker store and we've been struggling for the last couple months. And y'all can say, oh, it's because you overprice things. And I know what you're gonna say. Oh, it's easy. You're overpricing it. It's $110. Retails like $2-something. Market's like $190. I'm pricing it at $110. It's brand new. An off-white lot dunk, which you haven't been able to get for 4 years now. Used to be going for $500 to $600. Market's like $400. We have them priced at $320. A shoe that's sold out, hard to get. A SB Navy 4. It's used, but $210. That's like retail. And then you have stuff that are like Jordan 1s, like these shattered backboards that just came out. We were charging like $170 for them or something like that, which retails higher. And then we got like Lucky Green.
All right. Y'all get the point, man. They can't get them sneakers moving fast enough. Now, I've seen the collapse of y'all, breeding Frenchies and bullies, all right? Y'all ain't breeding Frenchies and bullies no more. You got tired of cleaning up puppy poop in the cages. And some of y'all don't love dogs enough the way I do to actually take care of those poor creatures. Shout out to everybody out there who's a dog lover like I am and taking care of those dogs, right? Mm-hmm. Now the sneakerheads is stuck holding a bag because y'all spend all this money. You can't sell a sneaker for $400. Once again, people are fighting to live in America right now. what made you think that we were gonna have that stimulus check ready for y'all when we was buying sneakers for markup prices because we were stuck in the house?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I looked at that video. I was like, that dude, that person who we just had on, that was a very smart move he just did there, because he created controversy and then still marketed his business at the same time.
It's true.
So if I was to look at that, I'd be like, damn, he got those, and I would go to his store. I was looking at that whole thing the whole time, like, this dude, he's marketing right now. He's selling his sneakers. I know you guys don't want me to say, you guys say, oh, high price, but look at my prices. I got this at 110. I got this at, I was like, there you go, buddy. There you go, buddy.
We see you.
How about for free?
Facts. Because I was saying that price. I said, hey, man, I got a funny sneaker story. I got a really funny sneaker story. This is not only a sneaker story, but this is a closed mouths don't get fed story. Growing up, I was really kind of like conscious of like, I never wanted to ask my parents for something that I didn't feel like, not that so much they couldn't afford, but it would be like a burden. You know what I'm saying? I never really wanted to be a burden to my parents, my mom or my dad, right? I think this was the summer going into my freshman year of high school. If y'all don't know, now you know I'm a diehard Kobe fan. The Kobe Zoom 1 was coming out that summer, right?
Yeah.
Right, it came out that summer. So my dad's taking us back to school shopping for shoes. I'm thinking like, dang, man, I'm looking around. It's me, my 2 younger brothers. And I'm like, I don't want to ask something crazy. It's like a lot of money that could be spent today, right? So they had the Reebok Classics for like $49.99.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? I'm going to be Soulja Slim. And I'm going to get the Reebok Classics. And just kind of be cool about it.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you know my brother asked for the Kobe Zoom 1s? And he got them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
It's called, yeah.
When I say I went home sick.
Oh, I know you was.
Sick.
I know you was, buddy.
I sat there, I said,
not playing nice no more.
you know what? And never again. I'm going to hit him over the head next. I'm going to get him.
Nope, I want this.
Hey, bro.
I want this.
Bro, I literally went into this
that
room.
over there.
I was smelling the shoe. I was like, it smelled brand new.
Yeah.
It was the red, white, and the black joints. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
My God, bro. I was sick to my stomach. But listen, that just goes into what we're talking about, where capitalism kills culture. We love sneakers. I mean, before y'all came in with the bots and buying all these things in like not even seconds, like fractions of a second, you know, if we wanted 5 shoes, maybe we win 2 or 3.
Yeah.
You get them for $190. You pay like $7 for shipping delivery. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. It was fun. Y'all took all the fun out of it, stomped on the desire for the consumer, because now, like we said, everybody ain't got it no more. I ain't got that 500 for Jordans. I ain't got that. Bro, he got shoes that was coming out, selling for $180, out of stock in 15 minutes. You go to Go or StockX, that same shoe is now $2,000.
Yeah.
Who? What? Where? I mean, y'all must have got the athletes' numbers. Y'all must have got the plug. Y'all got PJ Tucker's number. Someone got PJ Tucker's number. Who gonna pay that $2,000?
No.
We were never gonna pay that $2,000. And I think you see a lot of that capitalistic mindset, that greed. Everything's a lick. Everything's a lick. Like I said, y'all was nasty out there for breeding them Frenchies and bullies and not taking care of them dogs. A lot of y'all know who you are out there. Not our audience. We love y'all. Y'all good people. But y'all know somebody who was on that 3-4 years ago. And no, that's like, it is, even in that, bro, you ever look at a puppy, bro? How you look at a puppy not have humanity? Just look at a puppy as like a means to an end, and you don't even have the ability to take care of these things. They're living, breathing things. You talked about how we got to be conscious of this system, and I just want this to be a lesson to people out there to be conscious of this capitalistic society. Don't let it take advantage of you. Don't let it use you. Don't let it corrupt you. Don't let it turn you into a person who's all about the bottom line. Because when you become all about the bottom line, you know what you lose? You lose real people, you lose common sense, and you lose a bit of your soul out there too.
Yeah,
Maybe a lot of your soul.
and it's just like you said, bro. I think the most important thing with anything is being conscious. As long as you're conscious of what's going on, you know, you can probably control what you do next in that type of situation. If that situation occurs again, be very conscious, man. A lot of the capitalism that's going on in today's world, people get caught up because they just want to make the most, and they get caught up in capitalism. You need to make the most for you.
That's a fact.
Make the most for you to be happy, because that type of world is going to keep going, and you trying to enjoy yourself into that type of world is going to keep going crazy. So people, be happy with what you have, what you can make, and with your life, because your life experience is here to teach your soul, and not nobody else's.
Exactly.
So I would have to say.
That's it. No, I agree, bro. On one of our last topics, I had a great question because like someone was kind enough to share a discussion based off one of our older episodes. We were talking about high value men and high value women, and this is from a great woman who asked a great question because she had this discussion, and she was saying that a lot of men say that they fear rejection, especially like specifically rejection from women. Have you ever felt that way, bro? Were you ever afraid of rejection at any point in your life to that degree, or? Because I've heard, like when she said that, I've heard it for myself from a few people.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, because I feel like, you know, I swear to God, I'm my oral forming, but no, because rejection. So, for instance, like me, bro, like growing up, like rejection was part of it. You know,
Right.
You know what I mean? Being from, you know, not being the best on the basketball team to being the best on the basketball team. You get what I'm saying? So that pure rejection where I want to shoot, I want to do this. No, you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Being now, as far as like being rejected, let's specifically be talking about women. No, I haven't felt like been rejected, fear being rejected by women, because there's times I knew when women like me, younger girls like me, and then I knew too when the girl didn't like me.
Right.
So I you know, it wasn't fear of being, oh dang, maybe what she's doing, maybe she don't like me. No, I don't like you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I would, yeah, you know what I mean. But if
it wasn't for you, so you let it pass.
You let it. If it was that type of if it was that type of situation, but I never been in a situation fearing a girl rejecting me, because if she gonna say no, she gonna say no.
That's a fact.
You get what I'm saying? And if you who are who you are, you get what I'm saying? You know, no. The only time why you say no, and you get to the basis of that situation, and you go from there. So, you know, never been a fear of rejection, but I can understand how some people can definitely be, you know, fear that.
I would say I never had a fear of rejection necessarily. I just knew I would be rejected. Like there was a big stretch in my life where like I wasn't confident. I didn't think I was what women would like call attractive in any way, especially like my middle school years. I was never fat, but like I was a little round face, you know what I'm saying? You know, you got that little baby weight on you before you hit your growth spurt. That was a thing. Let me tell you, I was stuck in a weird place, right? I had a Froby because I love Kobe, but I also wanted braids. Problem is, raised by my mom and my grandma, super old school Jamaican, Managa bore no boy pit in the hair, Managa braid no boy pit in the hair. So I just have this little afro, I just have a pick out, because if I walk out the house and my hair look away, then I'm going to say, So I had this little fro, little round face, and I just never felt like, yeah, this is what the like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't feel like I fit that mold, so it made me tentative, and I can't even say I fear rejection. I never feared even trying, you know what I'm saying? Until like I got to a point in my life in high school where it was like that flipped, and it was the complete opposite. It's like I didn't learn to like go and ask. It's like they kind of kicked down my doors and like gave me reassurance that like, oh no, you're cool. Oh no, you look nice today. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And we spoke about this quite a few episodes ago about those insecurities, right? I think the men that fear the rejection still are often the men that still fight those insecurities, that they never grew out of it.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like you might see a woman, she look good for a lot of men, it might be like in their mind, it's like, oh, she got to have 100 dudes in her phone, or she got who's doing this or doing that. It's like they start playing all these scenarios in their mind that make them fear the rejection. So like, if I go up to her and she says no, is she gonna try me? She gonna say this or that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it creates this like this unnecessary tension. Like you talking about the mind and how we got to protect ourselves from racism. A lot of y'all dudes out of there got to start protecting yourselves from your own insecurities and like go to these therapeutic sessions and figure out what it is that you're afraid of that makes a rejection so unappealing to you, because y'all don't fear when y'all gamble in the streets and risk going to jail or being shot. Y'all don't fear when you losing your money when you're making all these sports tickets. Y'all don't fear when you potentially cheat on your family and losing your family. Y'all don't fear another rejection then, but in whatever situation, you don't want a girl to potentially say no for whatever X reason. It was just an interesting topic that I want to bring up, because I really like that discourse that even from like some of our older episodes, people find some solace in and being able to say like, hey, I had this conversation at this day and I found this clip the next day. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you this though. I do think that the expectation from, men feeling like they're going to be rejection, it lies the same side. It lies. Women feel the same thing.
Facts.
That's how I feel.
No, for sure.
I truly feel, and that's one of the things mentally that I realize. Like, as much as you may think like, oh, is she? Oh, damn, does she like me? Bro, she's probably thinking the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So I realize it's two sides. You know what I mean? To that to situations. Of course we are only in our minds, so we only know what we know.
That's a fact.
But when you come to understanding, you start understanding women more. You start understanding that they're regular people.
Regular people.
And trust me, they have those type of thoughts that pass too. You get what I'm saying? And they're just probably as weird about trying to address it just as much as you are.
That's a fact.
You get what I'm saying? So if you're in that situation, you feel that way, be cool about the situation. And you know what I mean? Because you could probably make her feel a little bit better about it. Like, okay, I was thinking that. Are you thinking that? You know what I mean? And just, be cool about the situation, man. Keep it P.
Yeah, keep it P, man. You know what I'm saying? Scare money don't make no money. You feel me?
That's a fact.
Man, to conclude, man, is I'm gonna just Dolphins. Proud of y'all boys. 4 in a row. Hey, Vaughn, still got your money, dog. You ain't lose yet, man.
Oh,
we still got,
how many games left?
Hey, we still got 4 games left in the season. Now, I'm not even worried about making the playoffs, man. I'm just gonna be happy that if we.
How many losses how many losses?
Oh, okay. So if they lose, like I said, from back then we've been skating on thin ice.
Yeah.
1 loss would trigger the mathematical disqualifications of our bet, where I would have to pay him $50.
Oh yeah, you're done.
We won 4
you
in
said
a row.
4 more games left?
We got 4 more games. We won 4 in a row. We got 4 more games left. Can you imagine we went out the rest of the year, man?
Yeah.
Feeling kind of froggy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't want to see us again. You know what I'm saying? We got a tough one. We got a tough matchup against the Steelers this weekend. The way I'm feeling is like, I ain't thinking it happen.
You're cooked like toast.
I ain't thinking it happen. You know what I'm saying? The way I'm feeling, the way I look at it.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like
you talk about
the way
I'm
looking at it. Like
you talk about the
come
Dolphins.
on, man. I'm looking at it.
Like there's not a team out there like the Knicks, bro. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's
talk about it.
First of all, we bringing a chip to the Garden for the NBA Cup. And if they don't win, I don't give a. Hold on. Let me just tell y'all something again. If they don't win, I don't care. Because you know why? We still go to the chip. Jalen Brunson, I ain't get the sneakers today. You know what? You better have 40 next game. That's all I got to say, bro. But I'm going to just be cool about it.
Resellers, give my dog them sneakers for a fair value. All right?
Resellers.
All right?
I ain't messing with y'all.
Listen, we have to get a little rowdy on when we start talking about sports. All right,
like,
all right.
on,
The way. Hey, I like that. We got to represent from New York. Represent from New York. Maybe one day this podcast will be in New York. We can do like a live show in New York. I've never been to New York. Still, I got to get a chopped cheese. I got to go to a Knicks game. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I got to see the jumbo sized rats. Hopefully, they don't kill me.
Yep. Nah, don't run up on a rat in New York. Run up on a rat. I gotta meet a rat now. You don't want to be. Hopefully, I don't meet a rat in New York. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know.
Hey, listen, man. We'll see. Now, audience, if I do lose this weekend and I have to, live up to my word and send that bread through, I'm going to come in here and be a man about it. But the way I'm feeling is that ain't going to happen no time soon. At least not this week. It ain't happened for a month straight. With that being said, y'all, thank you for joining us, for being with us. Like you said, the Knicks gonna cash some chips in Vegas.
Getting that money.
Get that money.
When there's money on the line.
That's all right.
Be on time.
All right. Listen, y'all, please, thank you again for watching. I hope this was a great episode for you guys. I hope it was entertaining. I hope it made you laugh. I hope it made you think. I hope it, we're trying to connect on a personal level with everybody who tunes in. So please, leave comments, leave topic suggestions. If there's something that you feel like we missed on this episode or we didn't address it, or you have a different angle, like Jiggy said, it may sound like we're on two different, we're all converging like this. Whenever we have these talks, you already know this is my brother. I've known this guy for 15 years. He's like family to me. And, you guys are like family to us. We started this thing from the ground, and we're still building it from the ground, and you guys are like our grassroots, and we truly appreciate you guys. Everybody who likes, everybody who comments, everybody who subscribes. Please keep tuning in. We're going to try to give you our best effort week in, week out, and be consistent. So with that being said, we'll catch y'all next week. Peace.
One.